regrets. I'm blessed to say the old me dead and gone away.
Hello and welcome. I am Laon, a certified life coach and addiction recovery coach that teaches you manifestation so you can manifest the life of your dreams. If you want any help with any one-on-one coaching services, please check that out. Dropbox below. I haven't done a live in a long time, so I'm excited to be here. Let's dive right in. We don't have a topic. We're just winging it. Little Q&A. What's your thoughts on my grandmother saying that I have a sad life course? Well, it's just a projection of you. There is no separation. So clearly you're not happy or satisfied where you are in your life right now. So we need to change the identity of the version of you that's in this shitty situation, right? Where your perception begins to change. Right now, I'm sure you're in the mindset that the fact that you're even asking this question, well, my grandmother told me this, you're reacting to it, right? It's resonating with you. It's hitting home for you. Like, oh, well, maybe she's right. Maybe I'm not, living the best life. Maybe I'm making bad decisions. Maybe I am a shitty person or whatever, thoughts are going on in your mind. Instead of looking at what she said and taking it like blaming yourself, like, yeah, I could do better, actually go and be better. And it's not about physically going and doing things in your 3D, but it is identifying as a version of you that you actually want to be. And no longer taking circumstances of who you were to be who you will now be, like your future self. Your past is in the past, right? That's one quantum possibility out of infinite. So say in your past, you didn't have a job, maybe you struggled with addiction, you partied a lot, you bounce around between different relationships, you're crashing on people's couches. I'm just saying extreme examples, right? And you're really just unfulfilled in your life. You feel crappy about your situation. Instead of letting that past define your future and define who you are presently, we can take that past, recognize that's one quantum possibility out of infinite. I'm going to leave that past in that reality, and right now in this present moment, I'm going to choose to be who I want to be. Well, then you got to get clear on who you want to be. You can write out a list. Do like a mind dump of a person that you want to be, but do it from the point of view of I am this, and don't limit yourself. If there's a certain amount of money you want to make, don't limit yourself. If there's characters or characteristics that you want, if there's a different body image that you want, a lifestyle that you want, whatever it is, don't limit yourself. Say that you are that person, write it down on the list, and then throughout the day, remind yourself, I am that I am. I already am that version of me, and that is enough. That's all you have to do, right? So take what your grandmother said, throw it out, because she's just seeing one version of you. It's just a reflection of you. There is no separation. She's just reflecting things that you already assume about yourself, about where your path is going. Well, choose a different path. Choose a different reality. Choose a different version of self. And then time and time again, like moment by moment, sit with that and remind yourself, no, I am that version of me that I wrote down on that list. That's who I am now. This present moment is all that matters, and that's who I am now. And you'll watch how your quote-unquote future begins to change and match this new identity that you are embodying, the new identity that you are being. So that's what I would do going ahead. And dude, I've been in your place before. I was the fuck up in the family. All growing up, my grandparents used to call me punk because I was mouthy. I was sarcastic. I beat to my own drum. I was rude. I was disrespectful. And everyone thought I was going nowhere in life. And, once I got a little bit older, that was childhood. And then once I got a little bit older, I continued on that path until I realized, like, wait, I don't have to be that person anymore. That's angry, that's rude, that's disrespectful. That's not even genuinely who I am. I was just doing it because the rebel in me said, well, you told me I'm this way, so I'm going to treat you like shit. Because you don't see the diamond in the rough kind of thing like I saw in me. So I was doing it out of spite. So, then as I grew up and I learned, it's like, okay, Laon, who do I want to be? And I decided who I wanted to be. And day by day, I became a better and better and better version of myself. And, now I'm going to be 31 in February, and I'm at my top. And it's only going to get better and better. But right now, I'm feeling like I'm living the life that I've always wanted to live and had dreamed about. I'm doing that now. And I know that this version of me that's dreaming about, things that I want to experience in better timelines, I know I'm going to achieve those things. So don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. Compared to what other people were saying, don't do that. Decide who you want to be and make that change today. Not externally, all internally. Like how to deal with the negativity when you're trying. You go within, you ignore. You can acknowledge, ignoring isn't the correct word that I need to use here, right? Because I know what I mean by it, but it gets misconstrued. Acknowledge your 3D. Okay, again, she's reflecting one quantum possibility, one negative mindset. Okay, I'm choosing right now to look away from that and focus on what I do want instead. You can even have inner conversations with her. Maybe her telling you, I love who you've become. I'm so proud of you. And you responding back like, thank you. I have changed a lot. I'm happy with who I am now. I'm happy with the life I'm living. But it's taking your awareness off of what is currently happening and the negativity that is being spewed upon you. Recognizing, wait, that's just a projection of me. And because it's a projection of me, it means I'm in control of it. There is no separation. So if I choose to be a different version of me, day after day, no matter what they're saying out there, somehow, some way, you're still going to get who you want to be. You're just making a choice and acknowledging, okay, that's one quantum possibility. I'm choosing the possibility that I want. And moment by moment, being that version of you. Okay? How do you live in the end when your manifestation is not in the 3D yet? Well, you're living. What is living in the end? It's you internally, psychologically, being the version of you who already has the manifestation. Before it has physically manifested in your 3D, that's what living in the end is. How would that version of you be thinking and perceiving their reality? One, it would not be, but my manifestation isn't here yet. How do I live in the end? That's first sign, hey, okay, we're not in the state. Cool, that happens. You're learning. Don't be hard on yourself. The second thing here is when you're living in the end, you're not looking for your manifestation and wondering why it's not here yet. Wondering what you're supposed to be doing. Okay? So to live in the end, it's being the version of you and perceiving your reality from the lens of it's coming. It's got to happen. I can expect it because I am being new self. I am thinking, feeling, and behaving as this new version of me internally, not externally. I'm not doing things to manipulate my 3D. I am just being and thinking as a new version of me as if I already have my manifestation. I'm contemplating different things that I would be doing if I had my manifestation. And I'm not sitting there waiting for my manifestation to come to me. Because then we are in the state of, yeah, but I'm doing this, but I'm waiting for it to happen, but it hasn't happened yet. That's not what we're doing. We're internally identifying as the version of us, thinking, feeling, showing up as this version, right? It's a version that has our manifestation. And then, here's the key thing, we're living our life. What would you actually be doing if you had your manifestation? You'd probably be going out with friends. You'd probably be, maybe learning something different, taking care of yourself. You'd be doing things without the obsession of, I'm trying to manifest this, right? Your whole life would not be consumed with the manifestation or waiting for something. You'd be doing other things. Well, what would those things be? If you had your manifestation, we'll say for an example, it's a specific person, right? And you have this image in your mind of life with this specific person. Maybe you guys go to the gym, maybe you're eating healthier, you're getting fit, you're feeling good about yourself, you get to go out with friends, you're having fun and laughing. Life is just really lighthearted and fun, right? Well, why can't you do those things now? Why can't you start going to the gym now? If it's going to make you feel good, right? That's something you would be doing if you're in the relationship. Why don't you take yourself out to dinner? When you're treating yourself, you're taking care of yourself, right? Why don't you hang out with friends now instead of pushing everybody away, saying they don't understand me because I'm manifesting? Prayers are supposed to be for you, between you and God, okay? You don't have to share your manifestations with people. I mean, and don't get caught up. I use the word God, I use the word prayer. It's your intention that you have set. You don't have to share that with people. So go and hang out with your friends if that makes you happy. Stop sitting at home. I'm going to absorb all of this content and be obsessive over it. We don't have to do that. You can if you want to, but is that what you would be doing if you had your manifestation? No. No, you would not. Because you'd already have it. You wouldn't be trying to figure out how to get it. You would be the version of you thinking, feeling, and showing up, behaving as the one who already has it. So contemplate that. When you go, I gave this example to my client the other day. When you go into a store, or like what I do, if I go into a store and I'm manifesting a specific person and I see flowers, I'm going to look at it from the point of view of, oh man, she'd love those flowers. Not that I'm going to actually go and physically buy those flowers, but in my imagination, I'm being the version of me that bought her those flowers, that picked them out, picked the best ones, the most vibrant, prettiest ones, and bought those flowers. Or if I see her favorite snack, again, I would be in the store looking at that and be like, oh, I'm going to pick up 2 of them. I know she'd love them. Not that I'm actually spending the money and going and getting those things. Internally, I did. I'm walking as that version of me, right? If it's money, same thing. When you go into a store, instead of looking at that in between the Walmart brand or the name brand, and you're looking at them, I don't know, there's 50 cents in between them, and I can't really afford that extra 50 cents. And instead of doing that, okay, pick the one that you can afford, but mentally say, I can afford this one. Like you threw that one in the cart, the name brand one in the cart. If you're looking at something online, you're like, oh man, I really wish I could get that. Really wish I could afford that. Maybe I can save up for it. Instead of having that inner dialogue, look at it from the point of view of, done deal, bought it. Throw it in my credit card. Done, paid, mine. Whatever it is, right? It's about the mindset, not what you're physically doing. So that's what living in the end is perceiving your reality through the lens of already having the manifestation. That's how you live in the end. You contemplate what your behaviors, what your thoughts, what your emotions would be. It wouldn't be all this tense, anxious kind of feeling. Okay, if those feelings come up, allowing them to be there. That's your body processing different things, right? The feelings are temporary. Your intrusive thoughts are temporary. In that moment when you're feeling those things, allow it to be there and be like, wait, that's not who I am anymore. That's old story. It's an old version of me being expressed right now. I'm choosing to be new self. So I can let that go. Let those feelings go. I don't need to run from anything. I don't need to figure out why I'm feeling how I'm feeling. I just need to choose who I am in this moment and be that version. It's instant. It's just making a decision. Kind of like when you put an order in a restaurant. You made the decision. It wasn't like this, oh my God, I wonder what I want. What should da da da. No, this is what I want. Okay. Put in the order. That's it. It's like a nonchalant thing. That's all a decision is. That's all a choice is. And then you just return to that choice. If you start feeling yucky, return to the choice. No, I remember. I remember who I am. I'm the version of me that gets what I want, that has this whatever manifestation. I have this specific person, use their name. I have the money, the career. I'm successful. I'm pursued. Whatever it is that you want to be, I already am that. Okay? Is that helpful? Wow, I haven't seen you live in forever. I haven't been live in forever. I haven't even posted TikTok content in forever. It's been a couple of weeks. All my attention has been on my YouTube channel because that's where I feel inspired to go. So I'm just going with the flow on where the inspiration is going. Right now, it's not TikTok. So, and when I hopped on this live, I was actually in the middle of paying my electric bill. And I was like, ooh, I should probably go live. And then I just did it. I'm just going with the flow, and I haven't felt like doing anything on TikTok. So I just felt inspired, and here I am. How long this is going to last for? I don't know. We're just winging it. But I'm happy to be here, guys. Do I lie? Because if I say I am always working... No, okay, it's not about lying. It's not about, again, doing things in the 3D. It's psychologically telling yourself, this is who I am now. It's having that inner narration, inner talk, inner dialogue, inner conversation, whatever. It's all internal. It's say if somebody asks you in your 3D, how's work? Everything's good. Everything's good. Because is it a lie? No. Because everything in your life is good. You already know you're on the unfolding. Even if you don't physically have a job, it's all good. We all good. Right? It's not saying, well, work and da da da. It's not telling any story. It's just saying, I'm good. That's it. So it's not about lying. You got to use discernment. How does it make you feel saying these things in the 3D? If it doesn't match you, then don't say it. If you feel like you're lying, then don't say it to somebody. Like I said, your prayer, again, don't get caught up on the lingo I'm using. Your prayer is between you and God. Your intention is between you and the universe, right? You don't have to speak it. So, choose who you want to be, and that's it. You're not lying to yourself. Because think about it like this. If you feel like you're lying to yourself, you say you've been living a life of, I don't have my specific person, we broke up, they don't even want to talk to me, we're in no contact, I'm broke, I don't have a job, I'm never going to get a job. Why can't all of those be lies? It's all story. So why don't we choose a different story and start saying, the love of my life came back, we're together, our relationship is amazing, I got a really good job now, flexibility and a whole bunch of benefits, and it's just really amazing. It's such a relief now that all of this worked out for me. There is no right, there is no wrong. What story are you going to tell? One is not a lie, one is not fact. Right? It's just telling a story of what you do want instead. Instead of being negative with yourself and telling, oh, but this is what I'm experiencing. Well, internally, I just listened to a lot of Neville Goddard. And he said in his lecture that pretty much how do I want to explain this with this? So pretty much if you have a bad thought, you have a good thought, right? So if you have a bad thought, that can exist, okay? You have a good thought, that can exist. You're in the middle. Neither one belongs to you. They're there. Just like the quantum possibility is there. Neither one exists until you identify with which one exists, which one you are being. So you are either being the negative thought or you are either being the positive thought. And if you're the negative thought right now, detach, wait, that's not who I am, go back to neutral, and then reassume who you are. No, I'm the positive thought. And it's really just that simple, right? All right, so if your question disappeared, try retyping it. Maybe rewording it, maybe TikTok censored it. Who knows, they're weird with stuff like that. If I'm single and want an SP, do we lie? No. No. So you don't lie to anybody. If you're single, okay, that's your 3D that you're experiencing. You're single. Cool. Not that you have to go out and announce it. Somebody asks, hey, are you with somebody? Focused on me. Is that a lie? No. You're focused on you. You already know that you're going to be on your bridge, the unfolding, the manifestation. If you're deciding to be the new self of, I'm in an amazing relationship already. But you have to identify as that version of you. So it doesn't matter what's going on out here, as long as we aren't attaching ourselves to it. As long as we aren't sitting there, if somebody asks, are you dating somebody? And you respond with, oh my God, what do I say? I want to say that I'm in a relationship, but I'm not actually in a relationship, and I'm going to panic, and I'm going to worry. It's actually going to give me anxiety, and I'm feeling triggered by this. Well, you just attached yourself to that reality. You just attached yourself to the story. I'm single, but I don't want to be single. So instead, I'm focused on self. Somebody asks, are you in a relationship? I'm focused on self. Because it's not a lie. That's what you're doing. You're focusing on the version of you that has the manifestation, that is in the relationship. But it's more important of what we do internally. So instead of panicking when somebody asks you something, just have that knowing, I already know I'm going to be in a relationship. This is the last time anybody's going to ask me that. Because they're going to know I'm in a relationship. Identify as that version of you that's already in the relationship. You have nothing to worry about. What would you be thinking, feeling, and showing up as? Would you be worried if somebody asked you and how to answer them? No. So remind yourself of that. You asked, what can you do? I don't have something, a question for what you can do, So resend that because I don't see it. So would you suggest making vision boards? It's whatever you want. That would be just a technique, a placebo to get you into the state. The main goal here with any technique or like vision board, visualization, whatever, all of that is just to help you remind yourself This is who I am now. This is the life I'm living. For me, vision boards never cut it. It kind of always just looked at, okay, it's pictures on a board. I never associated myself with them, right? Instead, what I do is just, this is who I am. I embody it. How would I be thinking? I would not be caring if I had my manifestation. Do you think I would be looking at a vision board trying to get myself to get that manifestation if I already had it? No, right? So I like to do the internal work and not need things in my reality as like the placebo to get me there. That makes sense. So like same when I'm manifesting something, when I start to really tune into that state of consciousness and identify as that version of me, I'll start getting the actual visuals of that reality in my mind. Instead of sitting down intentionally visualizing something, the visuals come to me because I'm already in that state and I'm like tuning in, fine tuning, everything and tuning into that channel. But you have to, again, it's about what works best for you. If vision boards sit there and you're like, yeah, that's who I am, it really paints a picture for you that that's who you are. That's the life that you're living. It's a good reminder to you. Then do that, right? But it's not necessary. The only thing that's necessary is make a choice, moment by moment if you have to remind yourself, this is who I am now. Somehow, some way I'm going to get what I want. I don't care what my 3D is showing me. It can be shitting sideways. It doesn't matter, because no matter what, I'm still going to get what I want because I am that version of me. That's it. That's all you have to do. And then, clarify that version of you. Make a list if you want, or have a picture in your mind. You know what you want. Can I date others while affirming for my SP? You can do whatever you want. It's your reality. There are no rules. Personally, I can't balance the two, because when I want somebody and I really want somebody, my heart is invested with them. I can't even entertain the thought of somebody else because my mind goes to, but they don't compare to so-and-so. They're not as funny as so-and-so. So I don't even do that because it knocks me out of the state. Everyone is different though. So you have to figure out what would work best for you. Does it keep you in the state because you're getting attention? Does it feel good to you to have your affirmations being reflected back to you? If so, then do what you want. You can still have your specific person. I've seen many clients manifest their specific person while going out on dates. Personally, it's just something I can't bring myself to do. So I don't like dating to begin with. So again, it's all up to you. There are no rules, just as long as internally, it's not what you do externally, internally, are you the version of you that has the manifestation? What if I wear a wedding ring? It's up to you. It's not about physically what we do, right? Internally, I would actually visualize wearing the wedding ring and like twist it on my hand or something, or on my finger, and feel it, right? Having that knowing, like, I am a taken woman. That's what I would do. Not physically walk around with the ring. That's more like the act as if, and that doesn't resonate for me. Other people it does. So, again, it's up to you. There are no rules. What do you feel comfortable doing? But it is not necessary. As long as you go into the story of, this is who I am, I'm married, we're in love, it's an amazing relationship, I'm so-and-so's wife, I'm Mrs. So-and-so, or Mr. So, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As long as you take on that internal dialogue that this is who I am now and begin identifying as that version of you, it doesn't matter what you are doing in your 3D. As long as we are not reacting to our 3D and sitting there, I put a ring on my finger and it's supposed to manifest. And why is it manifested? I'm supposed to be in this relationship. I'm supposed to be married and I haven't got married yet. How come he hasn't proposed yet? Well, that's reacting to your 3D. That's acknowledging, hey, I'm still not version of self, that I'm waiting for this to happen. I'm doing things in my 3D expecting a different result. Well, it's not about doing things in the 3D. It's about being a different version of self. It's being in a different state of consciousness. That's it. Christina, thank you. You are great, and I love your videos. Thank you so much. Yeah, so Pauline, I think that you're getting censored as well. TikTok is censoring your comment because it's not coming through. So We are back to no contact. Stop affirming that. Somehow, some way, I'm still going to get what I want. Stop acknowledging your 3D like it's factual. It is an old story that is playing out from the old version of you. So allow it to play out. Okay, the way that I'm going to explain this is when you are manifesting something, right? You are say you're unconscious at first, you find out about manifestation, and your reality is like a movie. And it is a shit show movie. Anything that you would ever hate in a movie is what's playing out right now. When we begin to learn about consciousness and manifestation, what we are doing is embodying the version of us that is experiencing a different movie. So sometimes what may happen is once we start to actually identify as this new version of us, that old movie that has been playing continues to play. It's not a mixed signal, okay? It's not mix match. It's wrapping up the final scenes of the old version of you that you were occupying. It's our job to look at that and be like, that's old story. I'm going to take my awareness off of that and put it on to what I do want. And because I'm doing that, I know that the final credits are about to roll out in the next movie because I've already chose the next movie. I already know what's going to happen in the next movie. It's about to be playing and I'm going to experience that. In this movie, I'm going to enjoy watching. I'm going to enjoy being a part of. Seeing my role being played perfectly. Seeing the actresses and actors that I've worked with playing the roles perfectly. And that's it. Right? So allow your 3D to wrap up whatever it needs to wrap up. Stop identifying with it and giving it the meaning of, but I'm in no contact again. Cut it. Cut the scene. Right? And take your awareness off of it and put it on what you do want. I mean, if you're feeling emotions, process them. That's part of the human experience. Process whatever you need to process. But internally, we got to stay in that knowing that I'm still going to get what I want. I don't fucking care what it's showing me right now. I don't care about no fucking contact. I'm the version of me that's pursued. I'm the version of me that gets exactly what I want. So somehow, some way, I'm still going to get what I want. Even if I can't explain this, don't care. Final scenes, wrapping up, cut, next show. And that's it. I'm going to get my celebrity SP. Stop saying he's a celebrity. Celebrities are no different than us. They put their pants on one leg at a time. They take a shit on the toilet, same as us. Okay? Let's be honest. They're human. They have different experiences. Okay? They got a little bit more money and maybe a little bit more fame. So stop declaring that they're a celebrity because that kind of keeps them up here. Like, oh, they're a little bit harder to get because they're a little bit more known and they got a little bit more money. Why would they want me? They're human. Okay? So just recognize that. They're no different. They're no better than you. Hello, Lane. Hello. What is up? Oh, I hate when somebody does that. I manifested a home, but dun dun dun. We gotta stop the buts. No buts after a statement. Let me go back to it. Okay, so you're financially struggling for the payments. Okay, well, that's one story. That's one quantum possibility. So instead of, again, cut the butt out and tell the story what you do want. I manifested a home and I'm financially able to support myself. I'm financially able to pay the payments so easily. The payments are nothing. I manifested my home and it's easy money to pay off. However you want to word it, do it with the same way that you manifested the home. The same confidence, right? Of the story of what you do want. I manifested a home and I can easily afford the payments. It's nothing. Piece of cake. Chump change. You know, go on with that narration in your mind instead of saying, but da da da. We got to cut the butt and go straight to what we do want because fulfillment already exists. There already is a version of you that has the amount of money to easily be able to afford this house. That knows what it's like to manifest the home along with manifesting to be able to afford the home. Okay? Dexter. Hey. Hello. Sir? Thank you. Sorry, guys. Live in the end knowing that you are late with payment. It's acknowledging, okay, that's one quantum possibility out of infinite. One is I'm living in fear because I'm already late on a payment. Okay, we acknowledge that. That reality exists. That reality is really real. But there's other realities that are really real too. So it's taking that awareness off of what the current fear is of what you're facing and putting it onto, I am financially able to support myself. The late payment is already paid and I'm all caught up. And from here on out, every payment is made on time or before it's even due because I have so much money, because I have that abundance mindset. It's going and focusing on what you do want and acknowledging, okay, one quantum possibility exists where I'm in fear, but then there's another quantum possibility that exists that I am putting my awareness on, that I am focusing on and identifying with as there's abundance. There's more than enough of abundance. And telling that story that the late never even existed. It can't exist in this new reality. That's it. So how would you be thinking if you paid off the late payment and then were able to pay knowing that you were able to pay future payments on time or before? What would you be thinking? What would be your mindset? How would you be perceiving your reality? What feelings? What emotions? You probably have relief, like, yeah, did this. Nothing to worry about. I don't care if bills come in. I'll easily pay for them. I'm never going to be late again. That's not who I am anymore. Take on that identity. And if you start going back into fear and anxiety, how am I going to pay this? Oh my God, what if they take the house and foreclose? Don't go into that story. Cut the story, okay? Told story. I'm going to choose, put my awareness over here and redecide who I am. Redecide that there's more than enough money. I'm extremely abundant. That bill has been paid. I'm all caught up and future bills will be paid on time. Got nothing to worry about. Okay? It's just returning to that state regardless of what your 3D is showing you. Like I said earlier in the live, it's like a movie of old consciousness playing out in your reality. The movie is your reality playing out. Okay, so let it do what it needs to do. We're focusing on the new movie that we know is about to premiere. We've got the scenes all figured out. We got the conversations all figured out, what the characters are going to be doing. We got it all figured out. We're just waiting for it to premiere. As the old movie wraps up and does the final scenes, the credits and everything, then the new movie's going to play. We already have that knowing. It is guaranteed that that new movie is going to play. Then we just kick back and relax, right? Processing is okay. Every so often I get sad. Yeah, it's part of the human experience. Why would we have these emotions if we weren't supposed to process them? Right? Think about it like this. We were manifesting unconsciously. And even if it was stuff that you didn't want, did you have moments of feeling happy? Did you have moments of feeling joy? Yeah, wait, shit stuff manifested? Okay, well, reverse engineer that for the good stuff that's manifesting. When we were unconscious, did you still have days that you felt sad? Still have days where you felt defeated, felt alone? Well, good things still happened, right? The emotions are temporary, so process them. We don't need to suppress anything, because when we suppress things, that means, hey, we need to run. This is factual. This is real. I need to hold on to this story, because if I don't, I've lost my identity. You don't identify with your emotions. You look at them, okay, that's actually a chemical reaction in my brain because I experienced something or I thought of something negative, quote unquote negative. I remembered a memory that triggered me, so I'm feeling an emotion behind it. The emotion actually only lasts 3 to 5 seconds, but because we continue to reminisce on that, either memory or experience or whatever, it continues to perpetuate the emotion. So if we have control of our mind and say, nope, I don't need to think that anymore. Okay, I'm feeling what I need to feel. I know that it's temporary. I know it's not even who I am. It's just a physical response from my mind. Then I can detach from it and know, okay, that's one quantum possibility where I'm feeling sad, but I'm going to choose the possibility where I'm feeling happy, where I'm feeling relieved, where I'm even feeling neutral, feeling indifferent, I'm feeling okay. It's that simple. You are right, yeah. Celebrities are no different. They're no freaking different. Again, here we go. My SP came back, but... I always got the but. Gotta stop with the buts, guys. I'm gonna teach you. No buts. So your SP came back, but then he left. What does that mean? Nothing. What do you want it to mean? What do you want it to mean? Are you giving it the meaning right now? I manifested him, he came back, but then he left, and it means my manifestation failed. It means this isn't working. It means that there's more work I need to do. There's more beliefs I need to fix. There's more healing that I need to take on. Are you giving it that meaning? Or are you giving it the meaning, hey, somehow, some way, this is the unfolding of my manifestation. I know it may look sideways. I know I may not understand it, but hey, I'm still going to get what I want. I manifested him the first time, so this is going to be no different. Clearly, this is all part of my bridge, and I'm walking it. I'm still going to head to my destination of having my full manifestation. I'm not going to give this any negative meaning because there is no negative or positive. Everything's the unfolding. You giving it that meaning? You choose. You choose. So go back into who you are instead of looking at it from the 3D perspective of, oh my God, but he left. Look at it from the point of view of, I remember when he left, but then dude came back and he's been all over me. We've been married for like the past 5 years. It was kind of funny that he left. I was worried about it because shit, I shouldn't have known he was going to come back. Are you looking at it from that perspective? You see how there's different states and how your point of view would be completely different if you're looking at it from, we've been back together for 5 years and I even really honestly don't even care that he left. Because then he came back, right? You've detached from the fact that he left, and you're in the reality, the point of view of, but he came back, and we're together. Things are better than ever. That perception compared to, he left, oh my God, I need to continue manifesting. I need to continue trying. You see the different points of views, the different states of consciousness. I knew you were going to say something about the butt. Yeah, I'll call you out. We're going to teach you guys. I've got to teach you. Because if you think about it, if we're doing this on our own, right? Say if I didn't come live today and you're sitting with this. And you start having this conversation like, yeah, I manifest some butt. And then now I've trained you. Wait, Lane said, we don't need to say butt. I manifested him and what I want. I manifested him and got what I wanted. I manifested him and we're more and more in love every single day. I manifested him and I got exactly what I want. Whatever, you know? So instead of but, use and go into your end. So it's training. I'm training you guys. I get so much mixed information. Yeah. So with, there is a lot of information out on the internet. So the coaches that I recommend that are on the same page as me, obviously me, go straight to the sources of like Neville Goddard, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dr. Joseph Murphy. Those names you can trust, right? Actual coaches, my friend, love Coach Kayla. She knows what she's talking about and understands processing emotions. Manifesting with Kim understands processing emotions and not suppressing anything. The channel Be Something Wonderful by Tom Caron, he understands all of that. So those are the channels off the top of my head that I can say where you're not going to get mixed signals, right? Or mixed information. We're all teaching the same thing in alignment with exactly what I'm teaching, what Neville Goddard, teaches, or the rest of the coaches that I named, or spiritual teachers that I named. I would not consume, nowadays, I would not be consuming myself with a shit ton of content with a whole bunch of different coaches. I would narrow it down to my top 5 and then go straight to the sources of back in the 1950s, they were teaching this. Okay. On my YouTube channel, I have book recommendations, like audio books and stuff. You can look up the titles and get the actual physical book if that's what you prefer. But all book recommendations about this stuff, so then it keeps you on track too, and you're not getting the mixed information. I go straight to the source. I listen to Neville every single day. If it's his book, if it's his lectures, that's my dude. Okay? So yeah. You've helped tremendously. Thank you. I'm so happy I've been able to. Honestly, sincerely, that's when somebody tells me that, it sinks my heart. Like I just, in a good way. It's just so warming. It's like sitting by a fireplace and having that like relaxing, warm, like embracing, like cozy feeling. That's what I feel when anybody ever says you've helped me, or I get it, or it clicks. It just warms me. You are very smart. Thank you. I try. The intellect is there sometimes. Make it so understandable. I try, guys. You guys forget, I've been on this journey and I've experienced the shit out there, right? Like, I started off Law of Attraction, Abraham Hicks. My cousin got me into Abraham Hicks. And I used to watch Tony Robbins, right? Because he teaches a little bit. But prior to doing this, I was actually doing motivational speaking for like kids that, like neighborhood boys and girls kind of clubs and stuff. So I was watching stuff like Tony Robbins, like how to motivate and inspire crowds of people, and like different confident things, like to raise their confidence and whatnot. So then my cousin was like, hey, will you go watch Abraham Hicks? And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, cool. So we drive around listening to Abraham Hicks videos and stuff, and I got my mind turned in and into Law of Attraction. So I started off with that shit. Okay. So talk about needing to have discernment and figure out what's true and how this actually works. And I'm the type of person who I need information. So books, like I do an audiobook. I can go through like 3 audiobooks in a day. Like, get me in that mood. Or not a day, sorry, in a week. Get me in that mood. I'll bang them out. Like, it's just, I need the information, but I want it straight from the source. I want to get different points of views to see whose points of views align with like the same answer. So if you got 6 different people and 2 out of the 6 are saying something completely different than the other 4 of them, and the other 4 are all aligned, then I'm going to guess, hey, those 4 people are probably onto something compared to these 2, and so on and so forth. So I kind of just weaved out what is relevant and listen to the success stories. Like Abraham Hicks was a lot of mixed signals. I've been doing this for years and I still don't have my manifestations. That didn't make any sense to me, because if, we're manifesting unconsciously, and there's things that I know I had manifested unconsciously that happened pretty instantly, then why would it take somebody years? That never clicked for me. Or why would we have to do all of this? Like Neville Goddard, this is one thing that really clicked for me when I was reading him. Neville Goddard talks about, states of consciousness. Did you ever, so far in all the stuff I've read of his or the lectures I've listened to, have you ever experienced him saying you have to figure out your beliefs and write down your old beliefs and then go to your new beliefs and then, start to, affirm it like you're smoking, drugs all day? I almost said it. And make it an obsession, make it an addiction, that this is what you have to do. No, he didn't say any of that. He said, choose what you want. Choose to be the version of you that already has it. Believe you have received it and you shall. Okay. Well, why is he saying it so simple, but everyone else is saying, but you got to do this, and then you got to do this step, and then after that step, you got to do this step, and then maybe, possibly, you could get it if the universe says that you can. I had to weed through all of it too. So that was a long example to say. That's why I break it down so simple as I possibly can, because I have a very simple mind, and when you complicate it, I don't know what you're saying. So, because I apply it very simply in my life, I teach it the same way that I would have wanted it to be taught to me. Instead of having to weave out all of these people that have big names, huge followings. Cool, I'm sure that they manifested that. They're awesome manifestors. But just because they have a big name or big following doesn't mean that is the best way to go about it, right? To go about manifestation. You got to figure out who resonates with you. And again, you're an individual. So it's adapting these things to yourself as well. And figuring out what works best for you. as you can tell, my personality is very go with the flow, see how I feel. My mind is kind of all over the place. I swear a lot. Like I am, this is me all the time, right? So internally, to have affirmations of things like I attract, I don't chase. That doesn't, I would never say that. Mine would probably be like, I get whatever the fuck I want. Okay? So you got to figure out what works best for you. Went on a long rant there, but there we go. There we are, folks. Thank you. You are welcome. Yeah, preach. Yeah, I go on rants. It happens. It's okay though. I watched these guys in concert in September. Really good show. Manifesting with Kimberly and being something wonderful for sure. Yeah. Yeah, those are really good channels, and they're talking about states of consciousness, and it's very simplified. It's you're already fulfillment. There's no work there. You decide what you want. Return to that decision if you feel like you fall out. And actually, be something wonderful. He talks a lot about you can't fall out. There's only one. It's only you. So where's your awareness? That's it. Used to like Tom Karen, but now you don't because he teaches. I've never noticed him to teach processes. He talks about them, that this is the process that his clients have used, right? He breaks down what worked for them, but he even says there are no processes. You are God. God is you. There is no separation. So pretty much have the awareness of the version of you that already has what you want. I've never heard him say, this is the process that you need to use, da da da. No, he just breaks down what, from my understanding of the videos I've seen of him, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's always of what his clients used in the epiphanies that they have had by applying the law and how they got the results. But he's very much the same as me. You just decide what you want. That's it. It already exists. So the processes can help you get to that state. But all you have to do is just be that state now. And he keeps it simple in that aspect. I would maybe listen. I don't know if you haven't listened to him in a while. Maybe listen to some of his more recent stuff. I have a client who, when there's something that she really has an epiphany with something that he says, she'll send it to me and be like, Laon, you got to watch this. This resonated so deeply. So, and that was more of his recent stuff that she's been sending to me. You are amazing. Thank you. To make me blush. All right, so you hate your job. Well, instead of affirming, I hate my job, this fucking place sucks, what the hell, and I gotta go to work today, should I just quit? Instead of all of that self-talk, right? Instead, we're gonna go into a story of really defining what you would actually want. What would be fulfilling? What kind of job? Is it, owning your own business? Is it working for a certain company? If you want to be really limitless, is it just defining what you want from a job? Maybe, like for me, what I did, I was just explaining this to one of my friends because she's kind of feeling the same way. But what I did to be what I am now, doing coaching, at first it was addiction recovery coaching and life coaching. Now it's more like the mindset stuff. Still kind of same, I guess. But anyways, first it was that. So what I did is write a list. I wanted to be able to work from anywhere in the world because I love traveling. Wanted to be able to work from anywhere in the world, make at least, I think it was 5 digits of income a month, or was it 5? I don't remember what I wrote down. I don't know, it was 10,000 and plus a month. What else was there? The flexibility to be able to work whenever I wanted, because again, I told you I'm a very go with the flow kind of person. I don't like set schedules. I like to do shit on my own time when I feel, right? And for it to be easy, right? For me to be passionate about it, be in love with the work I do, and helping people. I wanted to be able to improve people, right? And make them fall in love with themselves. Those were the qualifications I wanted in my job. Prior to that, I was working dead end, part-time, shitty ass position jobs that I absolutely hated going to work for. I hated getting up in the morning, hated the people I was around, hated the bosses. Be very honest, wasn't a fan. So wrote out this list or whatever, and I started to tell myself, this is who I am. And then visuals would come to me, like when I'd be having a day off or something, I'd lay out in my hammock. Love my hammock, guys. And these visuals would come to me of me being this really famous speaker and helping millions of people around the world. And all of these visuals were coming to me, that I'd have this freedom, this flexibility, be able to work what I want, easy work that I would enjoy to do and be very passionate about. And then guess what? Here we are. My YouTube started to take off. My TikTok started to take off prior to that. I felt inspired to start making TikToks. I was already making YouTube videos for my motivational speaking when I was doing that. So I was already in that groove of things, right? And then it just happened. So if you want to, I say all of this to say, just make a list of what you do want. What qualifications do you want in a job, and not limiting yourself. There was no reason for me to be able to be where I'm at now, logically, right? But here I am. And at this time, let me tell you guys, I was a high school dropout that didn't go back to get my actual diploma, right? So at that time, high school dropout, fuck up in the family, partying a lot, really had nothing to show for my life. Yeah, I'm sitting over here fantasizing, daydreaming, and writing a list of who I'm going to be, how my future is going to change, how I'm going to show up differently, what my qualifications are, and what kind of job I'm going to be doing, without not knowing that it was going to be life coaching or anything to do with this kind of work. I didn't limit myself. I didn't put a title on anything. I just said, this is the life I want to live. And then next thing you know, I got my diploma. I had people start asking me to do, motivational speaking, and different things just fell into place, right? Here I am, and it's growing from there. So don't limit yourself. How long does it take to manifest a specific person? As long as it takes you to identify as the version of you that has already manifested them. The fact that you're focusing on time and worried, well, how long does it actually take? I've seen people take years. I've seen people take weeks. Well, it can take years and it can take weeks. What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on time? If I want to get this really, really quickly. I still don't have what I want. Now they're with a third party, and oh my God. Are you in that state, or are you in the state of, I know it's coming, I know it's mine, it's a done deal. I'm identifying as a version of me that is chosen, loved, wanted in this amazing relationship, being treated like a queen or a king, and knowing my worth and my value, and knowing that somehow, some way, I'm still going to get what I want. Then it manifests a lot faster, right? Because you are identifying as a version of you. You quantum jump into the reality where you guys are already together, and then the natural bridge of events happens to where it seems like you guys have always been together. Like this was always going to happen. It's not a coincidence. The unfolding is always natural because it was going to happen anyways in that state of consciousness, in that reality. That was going to happen anyways, right? But if you're trying to be in that reality of having your desire, yet you're still looking and checking your watch, it's been 41 days, 6 hours, and 21 minutes, then that's looking at it from the point of view of, I don't have what I want. Because you would not be doing that if your specific person was right in front of you saying, I love you. It's you. It's always been you. You should be looking at your watch. It's been 41 days. It's been 41 days, though. No. No, you would not. All right, guys, so I'm going to get going. I know that there's a couple questions on here, but I don't know if you guys have heard Dexter, but he's getting hungry. He's ready to eat. He's a puppy that needs some food, so we got to feed him. Okay, guys, this live will be reposted on my YouTube channel within the next couple of days. If you haven't followed me already over there, go and do so, because like I said, all of my inspiration has been towards my YouTube channel for whatever reason. So I've been posting out some banging content on my YouTube. I am pretty impressed with myself on my YouTube channel. Just the inspiration is flowing. So if that's something that you're interested in, check me out over there. And then on Instagram, if you want to follow me, I do more like the motivational kind of posts or stories. And I've slacked off because of the holiday, but I've been starting to write poetry and then posting it on my Instagram. If that's something that you would enjoy to read a little bit of Lane's poetry, then you're welcome to do so. I'm just doing it just because it's a side hobby of mine that I enjoy. And it's always positive stuff. I always keep it, obviously. What kind of coach would I be if I did depressing, sad, heartbreak stuff? But anyways, and if you do want any help with coaching, I do have availability, so you can go check that out. Everything is linked in the bio. I think that's it. But yeah, guys, thank you for being here. You had amazing questions. Hopefully your questions got answered in detail and you got a new mindset moving forward and able to manifest the things that you desire. So be looking out for those success stories, guys. As always, you got this.